Be me, 27 years old, dating my boyfriend for 5 years now. Been living together for 2 years in an apartment we share. Relationship has been good. No major problems between us, really. Always felt secure and happy with what we had together. Start getting really into feminist content on social media, constantly. Learn about how monogamy is a patriarchal tool to control women. Hear about ethical non-monogamy and polyamory being liberating for women. Start thinking traditional relationships are holding me back from growth. Watching videos about women who opened their relationships and thrived after. They talk about how freeing it is to explore yourself fully, how monogamy is just social conditioning. We need to break free. Feel like I am missing out on something important, staying monogamous. Tell my friend about what I have been learning lately online. She says she tried open relationship once, and it was disaster. Ask her what happened, and she says, just was not for her. Ignore her warning, because I think my situation will be different. Spend weeks consuming more content about open relationships and freedom, clearly. Join online groups where women talk about their experiences with it. Most of them say it takes communication and trust to work well. Feel confident that my boyfriend and I have both of those things. Bring it up to my boyfriend one night after dinner, casually. Say I have been thinking we should consider opening our relationship. He looks confused and asks where this is coming from suddenly. Tell him we could both see other people while staying together. He puts his fork down and asks if I am unhappy. Tell him no, but I want freedom to explore myself as a person. Say monogamy is a social construct and I feel constrained by it. He is quiet for a long time, then asks if I met someone. Tell him no. I just want the option to grow and explore. Say I have been learning about this and think it could help. He looks hurt and asks what we are missing that needs this. Tell him it is not about missing anything. It is about growth. He says he needs time to think about this whole thing. Tell him I understand, but this is really important to me. He goes quiet and distant for rest of the evening. Can tell he is upset, but I think he will come around. Next few days, he barely talks to me about anything at all. I try to bring it up again, but he says, still thinking. Ask him what is taking so long to decide about this. He says it is a big change and he needs to process. Tell him I have already processed it and ready to move forward. He says, good for you, but I need my own time here. Feel frustrated that he is not as excited as I am. Thought he would understand the benefits of this for us both. Week later, he finally says, okay, we can try it, if important. Feel relieved and excited that he is agreeing to this, finally. We sit down and try to establish some ground rules together. I suggest we communicate openly and always use protection with others. He asks if there are any other rules I want to add. Tell him we should still prioritize each other as primary partners always. He nods, but does not seem enthusiastic about any of this. I ignore his mood because I am too excited about the freedom. Also suggest we do not bring other people to our apartment. He agrees and says that seems like a good boundary to have. Ask him if he has any rules he wants to add here. He says, just be honest and do not lie about anything. Feel like the conversation went well, even though he seemed off? Think once we start this, he will see the benefits too. Tell him I love him and this will be good for us. He says, okay, and goes to bed early that night, alone. Download dating apps immediately and start swiping through profiles excitedly. Match with several guys and start conversations with them all at once. Feel thrilled at the attention and options available to me now. This is exactly what I needed to feel alive and desired again. One guy seems particularly interesting, and we start texting daily. He is funny and flirty and different from my boyfriend. We make plans to meet up for drinks later that week. Feel nervous and excited, like I am dating for the first time. Tell my boyfriend I have a date coming up this week. He asks where and when, and I give him the details. He just nods and says, okay, have fun, I guess. Notice he seems sad, but I think it is just adjustment. Day of my date arrives, and I spend hours getting ready, put on my best outfit, and do my makeup perfectly. My boyfriend watches me get ready and does not say anything. I kiss him goodbye and tell him I will be home later. Meet up with my date, and we hit it off immediately. He is charming and makes me laugh, and I feel so alive. We talk for hours about everything, and I forget about time. End up making out in his car in the parking lot after. Feel guilty for a second, but remind myself this is allowed. We agreed to this, and I am just exploring myself like planned. Drive home feeling exhilarated and free and attractive and desired again. This is exactly what I needed to feel like myself again. Come home around midnight, and my boyfriend is still awake, waiting. He asks how my night went, and I tell him it was good. He nods and asks if I had a good time. Tell him yes, it was really fun, and I enjoyed myself. He asks if I'm going to see him again soon. Tell him probably yes, we already talked about meeting up again. He goes quiet and just stares at the TV screen blankly. Ask him if he is okay, and he says, "Yeah, just tired." Notice he seems really off, but I am too excited. Go to bed and lay there thinking about my date. Feel like I made the right choice opening our relationship up. This is the freedom and growth I was looking for. Exactly. Over the next 2 weeks, I go on a few more dates with him. Things are getting more physical between us, and I feel amazing. Tell my boyfriend I am seeing someone regularly now, and he assumes I'm not interested in dating anyone himself at all. He has not mentioned going out or talking to anyone new. Figure he is probably too busy or not motivated to date. Feel secure knowing I am the one exploring while he stays. This is working out exactly how I thought it would, honestly. Come home one evening, and he is getting dressed up nicely. Wearing shirt I bought him for special occasions only, usually. Ask him where he is going, all dressed up like that. He says he has a date with woman he met recently. I feel my entire body go cold hearing those words from him. Ask him when he started talking to women and meeting them. He says about a week ago they started talking, and she asked him out. Tells me he said yes because we have open relationship now. My heart starts racing, and I feel dizzy standing there. Tell him I did not know he was actually going to. He looks at me confused and says we have open relationship. Say, I know, but I thought it was just me seeing people. He asks, why would it just be me? That makes no sense. Tell him I do not know. I just did not picture it. He says, well, I am going on a date, so we can talk later. Leaves, and I stand there feeling like I might throw up. Cannot believe he is actually on date with another woman. This was supposed to be about my freedom, not him dating. Sit on couch trying to calm myself down, but I cannot. Text my friend and tell her he is on date now. She says, well, yeah, you opened the relationship. What did you expect? Tell her I expected him to not actually go out with people. She says that is literally the dumbest thing she has heard. Tells me I cannot have open relationship just for myself only. Hang up and spend entire night pacing apartment, checking phone constantly. Wonder what they are doing and if he is having fun. Wonder if she is prettier than me or funnier than me. Feel sick to my stomach thinking about him with someone else. He does not come home until almost midnight, which feels late. When he walks in, I immediately bombard him with questions. Ask him how it went and what they did and everything. He says it was really good and she is an interesting person. Ask him what they talked about for so long. He says they talked about their lives and interests and hobbies. Tells me they have a lot in common, actually, surprisingly so. My chest feels tight hearing him say they have things in common. Ask him if he's going to see her again, and he says, yeah, they made plans for this weekend already. Feel rage building inside me hearing about their future plans. Tell him I do not think he should see her. He stops and looks at me like I am crazy. Asks why, and I say, because it makes me uncomfortable, him going out with other women. He reminds me I have been seeing someone for 2 weeks. Also reminds me I have been physical with my dates already. Tell him that is different because I asked for this arrangement. He says arrangement applies to both of us, not just me. Ask him if he even likes her or just doing it out of spite. He says he genuinely likes her and wants to see where it goes. Tell him he needs to slow down with her. He says, no, I did not slow down with my dates. Remind him that I was the one who wanted this open relationship. He says so, but that does not mean only I get to benefit from it. We get into huge screaming fight about her and the plans. I tell him he needs to cancel and focus on us. He says, absolutely not. He is going and I need to deal with it. Tells me I cannot have it both ways, either open or not. I storm off to bedroom and slam door so hard it shakes. Lay in bed crying and feeling like my world is ending. Realize I cannot handle him actually dating other people at all. But also do not want to give up my dating yet. Next few days are extremely tense between us, barely speaking. I give him silent treatment, hoping he will cancel his plans. He ignores my mood and goes about his day normally. I feel even more angry that he is not affected by this. Weekend comes and he gets ready for his date with her, showers and puts on cologne and looks really good. Honestly, I feel sick watching him prepare to go see another woman. Ask him one more time if he is sure about this. He says yes, he is sure, and I need to stop. Tell him this is ruining our relationship and he is choosing her. He says I am the one who wanted this. Remember that. Walks out the door while I'm standing there crying. Spend entire afternoon and evening obsessing over what they are doing. Check his location constantly on my phone to see where they are. See they are at restaurant, then movie theater, then park walking. Feel like I am losing my mind watching his location move. He does not come home until late at night again. When he walks in, he is smiling and seems really happy. Ask him how it went, and he says it was amazing. Tells me they had such a good time together all day. Ask him what they did for so many hours. He says they got brunch, then saw a movie, then walked around. Tells me she is really easy to talk to and fun. Says they have similar sense of humor and interests and values. Feel like he is falling for her the way he talks. Ask him if he is developing feelings for her now, and he hesitates and says he does not know, maybe a little bit. Start crying and tell him he needs to end this now. He says no, he likes spending time with her and wants to continue. Ask him what about me and our relationship. He says this was my idea and he is just following through. Tells me I do not get to change the rules now suddenly. Ask him if he has been physical with her yet. He looks at me and says they kissed after their date. Feel like someone is stabbing me in the chest repeatedly. Cannot believe he kissed another woman and is telling me casually. Start screaming at him. How could he do that to me? He raises his voice back and says I have been physical with my dates. Tell him it is not the same thing when he does it. He says that makes absolutely no sense at all. Tell him he is supposed to love only me, not her. He says he does love me, but he is allowed to explore too. Say that is not what I meant when I said open. He says, well, that is what open relationship means exactly. Spend the next hour crying and yelling and fighting with him. He eventually goes to sleep in the other room to avoid me. Lay awake all night thinking about him kissing her and liking her. Realize I made huge mistake, but do not know how to fix it. Over next month, he continues seeing her twice a week, regularly. I am still seeing my guy, but I cannot enjoy it anymore. Every time my boyfriend leaves for a date, I feel physically sick. Start picking fights with him before he leaves, trying to stop him. Ask him why he needs to see her so often. He says because he enjoys her company and wants to spend time with her. Tell him he is spending too much time with her. He says I see my dates too, so I cannot talk. Tell him I ended things with my guy to focus on us. He says okay, but he is not ready to end things with her yet. Ask him when he will be ready to end it. He says he does not know. He really likes her. Feel panic rising that he is choosing her over me. Ask him point blank if he has feelings for her now. He says yes, he does have feelings for her, clearly developing. Tell him he needs to choose between me and her now. He gets angry and says I created this situation myself. Says I pushed for open relationship, and now I am mad he found someone. Tell him I wanted freedom, for me, not for him, obviously. He says that is the most selfish thing he has ever heard. Tells me he needs space away from me to think about everything. Ask him what he means by space. We live together in the same apartment. He says he is going to stay elsewhere for a few weeks. Starts packing a bag while I beg him not to leave. Tell him I am sorry and I made mistake asking for this. He says sorry is not enough. I need to figure myself out. Ask him if he is going to see her while he is gone. He says probably yes, because they have plans already. Feel devastated watching him pack his things to leave me here. Grab his arm and beg him not to go. Please stay. He pulls away and says he needs time away from me. Walks out the door with his bag, and I collapse, crying. Spend next several days alone in the apartment, crying constantly about everything. Text him dozens of times, apologizing and begging him to come back. He responds occasionally with short messages saying he needs time still. Ask him if he is staying with her, and he says no, but they are still seeing each other. Realize I might actually lose him permanently over this mistake. Never thought opening relationship would lead to him leaving me completely. Thought I would get freedom and he would stay home waiting. Understand now how stupid and selfish that assumption was. Week later, I beg him to meet me, to talk face to face. He agrees, and we meet at a coffee shop near our apartment. I apologize profusely and tell him I made a huge mistake. Say I was selfish and stupid and did not think this through. He says he has been thinking a lot about us lately. Says what I did showed him something about me he did not like. Ask him what he means, and he says I only wanted things to benefit myself. Tell him I know, and I was wrong. I see that now. Beg him to come home, and we go back to monogamy. He says he will think about it, but he needs to end things properly. Says he owes her a proper conversation, not just ghosting suddenly. Feel jealous that he cares about her feelings so much. Ask him if he loves her now after all this time. He says he does not love her, but he cares about her. Tell him he is supposed to only care about me. He says that is not how feelings work. He cannot control them like that. A few days later, he texts saying he ended things with her. Says it was hard, but he did it for us. Ask him if he is coming home now that she is gone. He says he needs a few more days to think still. Another week passes, and he finally agrees to come back home. When he arrives, things are awkward and weird between us. He is distant and does not hug me or kiss me. I can tell something fundamental changed in how he sees me. Ask him if he still loves me the same way as before. He says he loves me, but he is not sure about everything else. Tell him I will do anything to fix this between us. He says he does not know if it can be fixed. Months pass and we are still together, but it is different. He does not trust me the way he used to. I can see in his eyes that he thinks about her sometimes. I destroyed our relationship because I wanted to explore myself only. Sometimes he mentions her name by accident, then goes quiet fast. I pretend not to notice, but it kills me inside hearing it. Know that he had real feelings for her that did not just disappear. Feel like I pushed him into her arms by my selfishness. Think about how I demanded open relationship for my freedom only. Never considered that he would actually use that freedom too. Honestly assumed he would stay home loyal while I explored and grew. Realize now how incredibly selfish and hypocritical that was. We try to rebuild, but the trust is gone. He pulls away when I try to get close to him. I ruined the best relationship I ever had over feminist content. Learned too late that some freedoms cost more than they are worth. A year later, and we are still together, but barely holding on. He still has not fully forgiven me for what I did. I destroyed us because I thought monogamy was oppression from patriarchy. Now I would give anything to go back to how we were before. Sometimes demanding open relationship destroys what you already have. Sometimes you realize too late you cannot handle what you asked for. Sometimes wanting freedom for yourself, but not for him, shows who you really are. And sometimes you beg him back, but things are never the same again.